The cry of a dying world echoed across the void. Colony Zeta 9, orbiting the dying star Callara, had been reduced to ashes in less than an hour. The Galactic Empire's bombardment was precise, surgical, and merciless. 99,000 humans, men, women, and children, were vaporized by plasma artillery before anyone could react. Commander Elias Varik, stationed aboard the cargo cruiser Horizon's Edge, watched through the holo feed as the planet's cities melted into molten craters. His stomach twisted with revulsion, and he felt the first tremors of something he had buried long ago: rage. "They are children," muttered Lieutenant Orin Kess, her voice shaking. "They didn't even have time to scream." Elias clenched his fists. "And they thought humanity would kneel quietly. They thought fear would be enough." This was the breaking point. Humanity had tolerated decades of imperial expansion, but the annihilation of innocents, children, was beyond diplomacy, beyond patience. Elias sent an encrypted message to Earth Command. "Zeta 9 is gone. Humanity will answer." Part 1. Gathering the Broken. Within a week, the remnants of the human fleet convened near the Perseus Rift, a nebula-rich sector hiding thousands of civilian refugees and military ships. Captain Varik became an unlikely leader, his grief transforming into a weaponized determination. He was no hero, merely a man who had watched too many children die and decided to fight back. "Command will hesitate," he told Orin as they mapped strike coordinates. "We have to become the retaliation they fear, not the submission they expect." Across the fleet, a new order emerged. Engineers reverse-engineered captured Imperial drones, turning weapons of oppression into tools of revenge. Pilots trained relentlessly, learning guerrilla tactics suited for asymmetric warfare. Humanity had become fractured, but the flames of vengeance forged them into something sharper, faster, more dangerous. The first recruit, a young mechanic named Juno Cade, had lost her entire family on Zeta 9. She whispered as she worked on modifying a fighter drone, "They want to see us broken. They'll see something worse." Her words carried across the hangar bay, spreading through the fleet like wildfire. Part 2. The First Strike. The Empire's flagship, Dominion, had been stationed near the gas giant Hespera, overseeing the subjugation of nearby colonies. Elias's fleet slipped through a gravitational anomaly, cloaked by nebula gas and sensor jamming fields. The human fleet attacked with precision. Plasma torpedoes tore through defensive satellites, and swarms of modified drones infiltrated the flagship's shields. Imperial officers were caught off guard, accustomed to humanity's obedience, not cunning. Inside the Dominion, Admiral Cale Vorin barked orders in disbelief. "What is this? Humanity cannot challenge us." But they could. The human fighters struck key systems first: communications, navigation, and the energy conduits powering planetary annihilation weapons. By the time the flagship realized the fleet was not retreating, it was too late. Elias and Orin coordinated the assault from the command deck of Horizon's Edge. "They killed our children," he said quietly. "Now they'll meet the other side of humanity." The first salvo breached the flagship's hull, and explosions lit the nebula like a miniature supernova. Hundreds of Imperial officers died instantly. The survivors fled to escape pods, but the human fleet had already jammed the rescue beacons. Part 3. The Empire Strikes Back. The victory was Pyrrhic. The Empire retaliated swiftly. Human colonies were bombed in retaliation. Several ships were destroyed by orbital defense satellites. Elias realized that revenge without strategy would be suicide. "We're not just fighting for revenge anymore," he said to Orin. "We're fighting for survival, ours and theirs. Every civilian we protect, every Empire ship we destroy, It's a statement. Humanity does not yield. Human engineers developed bioadaptive shields and energy weapons, combining recovered alien tech and human ingenuity. Pilots learned to anticipate Imperial algorithms, turning enemy AI against itself. Humanity became unpredictable, terrifying even to their own veterans. Amid the chaos, Elias discovered something unexpected: allies among the Empire's subjugated races. Some had suffered under Voron's rule and were eager to fight alongside humans, providing intelligence and sabotage capabilities. Part 4: The Heart of Darkness. Months later, the human fleet reached the Imperial capital, a planet called Obsidian Prime. It was a fortress world, encased in a black alloy dome and surrounded by orbital death grids. This was the heart of the Empire, the place responsible for Zeta-9 and countless other atrocities. Elias assembled a strike team for the assault: Orin Kess, Juno Cade, and a cadre of elite pilots who had survived the blood-soaked campaigns of the previous months. "This is it," Elias said. "Their world ends, or ours does. There's no middle ground." The attack began under the cover of a starstorm. Swarms of human fighters weaved through plasma turrets, drones infiltrated internal systems, and Elias led the boarding party directly to the capital's control center. Inside, Admiral Voron waited. His eyes were cold, but he underestimated the fire that now burned within humanity. "You think revenge will bring peace?" Voron spat. Elias stepped forward, his neural interface linked to battlefield sensors and drone arrays. "We're not here for peace. We're here for justice." The confrontation was brutal. Human soldiers fought with desperation, exploiting the weaknesses they had learned, while Voron's elite guards used advanced combat protocols. Every strike from humanity was precise, every move calculated. Part 5: Humanity's Reckoning. The climactic moment came when Juno Cade detonated an energy core in the planet's upper hemisphere, collapsing key systems and giving Elias direct access to Voron. The Admiral fought valiantly, but human ingenuity and fury proved stronger than Imperial arrogance. With a final strike, Elias disarmed Voron and activated a containment override, neutralizing the Empire's orbital weapon network permanently. The capital fell silent, its black alloy domes shattered, revealing the planet's red plains scorched but intact. Elias surveyed the ruins and thought of Zeta-9. He whispered a vow to the children who had perished: "You will not be forgotten. Humanity remembers, and humanity will endure." Epilogue: The Other Side of Humanity. In the aftermath, humanity rebuilt, stronger and wiser. The Galactic Empire was broken, scattered across distant star systems, no longer able to enforce tyranny. Colonies recovered slowly, children returned to orphaned homes, and the memory of Zeta-9 became both a cautionary tale and a rallying cry. Elias Varick walked along the rebuilt docks of New Earth's orbital station, watching new recruits prepare for interstellar missions. Orin Kess joined him, placing a hand on his shoulder. "They'll never forget what we did," she said. "No," Elias replied. "But they'll also remember why humanity fights. Not for conquest, not for glory, but to protect life. And if anyone ever dares to kill our children again, they will see the other side of humanity." The stars stretched across the station's observation dome, calm yet endless. Humanity had survived, and in surviving, they had discovered something far more terrifying and powerful than any empire: the relentless will to protect, to fight, and to endure. And from that day on, no force in the galaxy could underestimate what humanity was willing to become.